asked me while I was gone? The 716 stand up. Neck on the beat. Let go. It's the 716 with them fly ass chicks who paint them pretty ass lips. With them trap boys out doubling up off bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with a gift. The rap of the package, see what it is. Swerving through traffic like I lost control of the whip. Hurt the competition like I ran over these bricks. Double lines mean nothing when you're hugging the bridge. Red light, green light, headlight, beat bright. Superstar life make these lanes ain't right. Fabulous flow make the girls say nice. So rock cups full to the party break light. The car keys going to the cab in sight. On to the next like Jay said, right? Yeah, swag too slick, make a hater wanna bite. Not Alexander boy, but you clicked in my life. So what I gotta prove? Living my lyrics like boy, nothing to lose. And I'm harmful on the mic, kid, the beats be bruised. The cat look calm like I never made a move. Back on the beat, back the hammer in the seat. These boys all brittle, tried up fractures. I never move cripple cause I got 2 feet. Providing my own meals, boy, nobody fed me. The grind is impeccable, I've been chasing decimals. Now it's like me and the money is inseparable. Catch the message that I'm sending to you. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I've been through it, but I've been disputed. Now I feel like a champ, bitch, I'm undisputed. Thought I conquered the whole game, the hustle never been lame. But pretty soon you fucks gonna remember my name. Guess who's back? AC, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing out there today? Welcome to Talk US Tuesday. It's your boy Dennis Holmes. And with my co-host Ryan Thomas. What up, Ryan?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, we got Czar in the building. What's going on, Czar?
What it do? We back in this thing. Going up on
We got Chocolate Girl in the house. How you doing, Chocolate Girl?
Hey, everybody.
All right. We got Tom and Shine in the building.
Yo.
And we got Guru in the house.
What's up, people?
Hello.
Cowgirl Nation.
No Team Nation. No Team
Ryan,
Nation.
Ryan, you ready to start off with these trash ass players, Ryan?
Oh yeah.
I love Georgetown.
I've been waiting for this day to come, and it just came tonight.
And it's a shame.
And the Dallas Cowboy fans in my trash ass players, because y'all talk so much shit during the offseason and during the season. Y'all disappear. Y'all did some motherfucking pit. I had not heard shit from y'all. Now, do I need to say names?
You can call my name. I'm not coming to you. You have no right to talk to me. I addressed all my 49er partners. Y'all trash.
You want
no time with me, homie.
You want over because you've been talking so much shit.
You get no time.
You've
Make
been
the
talking
playoffs
so much shit
and then holler at me.
my time. You've been talking so much shit.
So have you.
Wait, during the season, then when you lost, you cannot be fine.
Did we beat y'all last 42-3
on Sunday?
Did we beat y'all last 42-3?
Did
we beat y'all 42-3?
You cannot even come in the Zoom.
Why do I need to come to the Zoom to see a Falcon fan who didn't even participate in the playoffs?
Because
you saw my Facebook.
Shit.
I addressed all the fans I needed to address.
No,
I don't need to address you, Ron. You got your team is trash.
Next one. The Patriots fans, the same thing. Y'all been talking mad shit, and y'all lost, y'all disappeared. And you know who I'm talking about. That's it.
Hey, Ron, hold on, Dennis. You so infatuated with the Cowboys that I had, matter of fact, Dennis, if you need something important, message me direct. I done turned off all my notifications in the group. Ron was posting Cowboy shit from day to night.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, you were infatuated with my team more than your team. That's a problem, bro. That's a big problem.
One of the biggest Cowboy fans.
I know that, right? But that's a big problem.
Let me finish. And you've been talking mad shit this year.
What's that got to do with you posting from sundown
because
to sun
I can't. Because you the same one that talk shit and disappear.
Hold on. You just said New England too. I didn't see no New England posts. I didn't see no Pittsburgh. I didn't see nothing
New England post.
I seen like a 30, 40 posts. I'm like, damn, my phone kept going off. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just saying. Hey man, I'm just saying, bro. It is what it is, bro. Go ahead, Dennis.
It's actually on your end. Yeah, it's on you, bro.
Hey, no, but I agree with him. You know, we shit the bed, and I blame no, Rashawn. We did not get outplayed. I mean, we actually had a chance to win the game. Crazy enough, but you can't tie a postseason record in penalties. So, you know, I don't know what to do. You know, you go 12-5, win the division. This is McCarthy's first full season. I mean, do you fire him? I don't know. I mean, Kellen Moore is getting offers. So is Quinn. I know we want Kellen Moore to stay, and we want him to be our future head coach. Do we make that move now, or do we pay him a lot more money to stay as an OC? I don't know, but you know, the discipline. I'm the trash ass player, as our players were not disciplined. You know, for this big a stage, you cannot have 15, 16 penalties, bro. So, you know, and that's the only trash ass player. I'm going to highlight my own team, and it was stupid. I mean, obviously, you see how good we are. We actually had a chance to win the game with 15 fucking penalties. It's just stupid.
Okay. All right. It's Chocolate Girl. I think it is Chocolate Girl.
I do have the Cowboys on there for their penalties. I'm not understanding what happened with that and why their stars didn't show up in the game. They were actually better than they performed this weekend. Also, I have on my list all the wide receivers on the Pittsburgh Steelers because they act like they had butter on their hands and they couldn't catch anything. So that's them. That's two. Then I have the Patriots, who did not show up and just basically got manhandled by the Buffalo Bills. They didn't even really give them too much of a contest. They could have at least done that. They didn't do too much of anything with that. And then over in the NBA, I'm checking the stats, and the Orlando Magic has the worst record in the NBA. They've only won 8 games, I believe. 8 this whole season. That's pretty dismal. And there was one more person, somebody else. Oh, the refs in that game, the refs in the first game, the Raiders and the Bengals. That team that group should not officiate anymore in the playoffs. But that's it. I'll just leave it at that for right now.
All right, Sean, what you got?
I'm gonna start off with myself. I am a trash ass player this week. I predicted damn near every team. I predicted the win-loss. I'm gonna give myself a trash ass player followed by the Cowboys. I don't care what nobody talking about. Prescott shit the bed. Kellen Moore shit the bed. McCarthy shit the bed. The referee shit the bed. Everybody sucks. I don't care. Trade Prescott, trade Digger Elliott. I'm with all of that. Also, the referees, period, that are coaching these playoff games, they need to do a better job with putting refs that coach games together or something like that. I don't know, but 15 penalties in a playoff game is unacceptable. So, yeah, they're trash. The NFC East is another trash-ass player because we look like we didn't belong in the playoffs this year. We got our ass kicked both ways. So, they're my trash-ass players.
All right, Guru, what you got?
Hey, first of all, I wasn't even going to get into the Cowgirls. I mean, obviously, it's it is what it is, actually. But what I will say, just in rebuttal of what a few people on our beautiful panel here have already said, one thing about Kellen Moore, I realize he, got an interview or two, but the reality is that anybody and everybody who's talked football, there's two things that they've said about that last play. That number one, you have to have 17 or more seconds left to run it, or 16 at best or at worst, and that Zach didn't know that he had to hand the ball to the referee. Now, if you're the offensive coordinator, and supposedly, as Dak said after the press conference, where he was, a little bit upset, and I don't take shots at him because Dak's a good young man. He's done nothing but have tragedy in his life. Amongst that tragedy, he stood tall and done a lot of positive things. I hate this nonsense of Stephen A. Smith and these clowns just clowning people to be clowning. Ron was going over the top, but it is what it is. But what I will say is that, the bottom line is if they didn't bring referees in there and practice it where Dak would know that he can't give it to the center and spot the ball, that's on him. So all you knuckleheads out there, you owners who want to give this man a head coaching job, once again, it's bull crap because he hasn't done anything. The offense was the offense was the. Say that again. What did he say?
No, go ahead.
The offense was underwhelming, and y'all did get punched in the mouth. I mean, yeah, you were the favorite team, and they did come out there, and I wouldn't say, people say y'all got your asses kicked, but you got punched in your mouth. They came out and they showed you, and obviously, Shanahan, he can't win a big game. He blows big leads and all this nonsense, but they were the way better coach team, no doubt about it. Now, I believe we're going to get into that as far as, are we still getting into that, Skippy, with the questions? So that's why I didn't really want to, but I had to make those 2 points. But let me get into my, I'm going to go with Mike Tenenbaum and Louis Riddick, because I'm tired of these guys on ESPN who are former GMs who got fired, okay? Okay? I worked 30-something years. I didn't get fired. I didn't get disgraced, okay? Okay, so let's just understand that. You got fired, Mike Tenenbaum. You got fired, Louis Riddick, okay? So for you guys to come out here and try to make, McCarthy and make it like, because you guys want jobs, I think it's so just, it's corny to me that these guys continually do that. And Louis Riddick learned his lesson a little bit because he stopped attacking certain teams. But Tenenbaum is out of control. And I hope he never gets a damn GM job because he wasn't that damn good to begin with. So those two. Also, with the Cowboys, the one thing, I'll leave that alone. I'll bring that up later. Matt Jones, mac and cheese. This is the reason why I thought that he was not that great. And they said if they had a redraft, they would draft him first. Oh, hell no, they wouldn't draft him first. He can't throw.
Right.
He don't have an arm. So even though all these other guys had underwhelming seasons, their upside is way bigger than Mac Jones. Mac Jones is never going to be better than the what do you call it, Buffalo quarterback. You know, now I don't know about the, you know, Tua and them, you know, that remains to be seen, but, you know, Flores told you what he thought about Tua. What about Kyler Murray? You know, he was pretty awful, but so was Kingsbury, another guy that never should have got the job in the first place. Okay. My two guys that are always on the list is Russ and Frank Vogel, because, and then I throw Quinn Snyder in there too for his incompetency. You know, Russ got a nice slam yesterday. That was about the first thing I ever seen him do in about 4 weeks worth of damn. Okay. And, you know, the fact that he didn't have a turnover in 3 games. Yeah. On 2 of those 3 games, he shot 14 and 15% respectively. Let me repeat. In the games where he didn't have turnovers, which people, you know, are telling you about who don't watch games, the guy shot 14 and 15% from the field. Okay? And as far as Vogel is concerned, let me just say this about him. This fool, for the last part of a month, has been allowing Dwight Howard to switch on any screen, okay? And that is the major reason why Howard is always out of place when he switches out on the perimeter, and then they have the big eating us alive down low. If you're a good coach, you are taught to tell them to get over the screen, or at least to hedge, okay? Some people don't know nothing about basketball. What the hell is he talking about? Well, look it up, you boneheads. You hedge, and you. If
you're a good player, you go over too.
Say that again.
If you're a good player, you know to go over too. Big man.
Well, you're taught to go over the screen when you want to prevent the 3. You don't go under a 3 because the league is nothing but 3-point shooters now. So you must go over the screen, but they don't do that. So that's why they're so terrible defensive wise. I mean, yes, we see that AD is important, and that all the people that were killing him, well, his defensive presence means a lot. Okay, but for this guy not to know that, man, he's got to be fired, man. Also, the New York Mets. Again, these fools are going to retire Keith Hernandez number and not Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden.
Okay? We know why, though.
No. Well, tell me why then.
Cocaine drugs.
Yeah, well, Keith Hernandez came over. He had a drug problem in St. Louis.
No, I know, but you know what I mean, to the scale that messed up their careers in New York, though. Keith was able to play. I'm with you on it. Darryl Strawberry is the reason I'm a Mets fan. So I'm with you, but I'm just saying this sucks.
Well, today they were arguing about it, and that's the point they made about the drug use. And the only reason the Mets were able to obtain Keith Hernandez is because he was a drug addict his damn self. Okay? So let's not get revisionist history, you know? And so
he was just able to control it, you know, in the public better.
He didn't control it. They traded him. St. Louis didn't want that type of person on their team.
No. I'm saying Dwight Gooden got destroyed from it, is what I'm saying. Like, he couldn't, after a while, he was done with baseball. Like, he was, you know what I mean? Like, it destroyed his career, is what I'm saying.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But and then also they were saying today on sports radio here in New York is that he played, but Keith Hernandez, to my recollection, only played about maybe 5 seasons the most. All right.
You mean? Yeah.
Sir.
I
was giving you more than 3 minutes because you got a little interrupted, but you know, you went past 5, sir. I was just like, God damn. I mean, I was wondering what day I was going to talk. I thought this was the Guru show. God damn.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, like I said, I'll move to the side, but you know, when you are debating with your colleagues, you got to give me a little grace period, there, Skippy. Don't jump off the peanut butter jar yet. All right.
Man. Did everybody? Oh yeah, everybody did. So it was on me. The one thing I wanted to say is, and I wrote this as the title. I do not believe that we need 7 playoffs teams in the NFL playoffs.
I said too.
You ain't giving none of the money back.
Well, no, I'm not. I know how they are about the money, but in all honesty, you know, the 7 team. I mean, both 7 teams didn't even play that.
No.
And I was one of them. So both 7 teams didn't even play that good. Like the game wasn't even interesting. You're gonna be honest with you. The Cardinals game wasn't even interesting either. The Cardinals didn't play like they wanted to be in the game. That wasn't interesting at all. Though, right? Huh? No, they wasn't 7. They was a 5. That was 5 and 4.
But that's cyclical. Some games are going to be good and some games are going to be bad. I don't think it has anything to do with who's 7. There's going to be a 7 that might go to the Super Bowl one day.
There will be, but at this point, 7 didn't need to be in there, is what I'm saying. Another trash ass situation. I'm gonna say I'm a trash ass player myself because I did hype this shit up. I've been hyping this damn game up that I wanted since December 17th. I've been saying I wanted Tampa Bay, and we got them, and then we got our ass whipped. So I'm gonna say that I was a trash ass player for that. So I was calling them out, and if we play them again next year, I'm gonna call them out again next year. I'm gonna keep calling them out until I get my redemption. That's just the way I see it.
Good luck with that. It's good.
Well, Brady ain't gonna be there forever, so.
No, it ain't about Brady. It's Tampa Bay.
I'm telling Guru. No, Guru said good luck. I'm saying they can get Tampa Bay because Brady ain't gonna be there.
Shit, it's that goddamn just Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? Who was it was another situation I had to say. That was a trash. Oh, my fault. Guru's best friend, Daryl Morey, and the Philadelphia 76ers for not doing anything with this trade with Ben Simmons yet. And I heard that there were offers. I hear that the crazy thing is, Ryan, you laughing because I hear that there's offers on the table, right? For Philadelphia 76ers, the trade Ben Simmons. And then I hear that Daryl Morey had a meeting with Rich Paul, and all I hear is Rich Paul had a Cobb Solid. I don't give a rat's ass about his Cobb Solid. Trade Ben's ass. Like the thing that I'm so mad about, and I'm not even supposed to be cussing no more, but I'm so mad that it got me angry that you just wasted the Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid era. You wasted it. It's over. You had a chance at 2 titles. You didn't get it. It's over. Now you may have 3 more years of Joel Embiid playing like this. And if you don't make this trade by February 10th, you just wasted another year because you're getting bounced in the first round.
What?
So it's like, now it's only 2 years left. So I'm trying to figure out what is you gonna do. And that's one of the is I'm trying to figure out if you in management, what are your thought processes? Because mine is load up on draft picks and try to fix this thing out because you got a star in Maxey. He's not a superstar, but he's a star. Tobias Harris is just a guy. He is a Jag, just a guy.
Wait a minute.
New York.
Wait a minute. The problem is your owner and your GM, they don't like to handle business. That's the problem. I told you this a while back. Y'all should have got it done during the summer.
Man, they did.
Yeah,
I done heard answers about Swiper, aka De'Aaron Fox. I'm like, I'll take De'Aaron Fox and some draft picks. I need some draft picks because just in case this trade don't work out, I can load up and I can get one of them young bulls that's coming out. I can get a Paolo from Duke, or maybe I could load up and I could get DeJuan Wagner Jr. next year. But you have to have these draft picks to load up. Like you need this draft capital so you can load up and be right back in the swing of things. Like we're not getting no younger here. Like Chicago done went, they made their moves, and now they're top dog. The Nets. The thing about the Nets is everybody hyped the Nets up. You seeing the Nets all 3 stars on the team at the same time is like a solar eclipse. You barely see these fucking flockers.
No, what I've been hearing, y'all trying to get
James Harden.
No, y'all trying to get AKA Larry Johnson or 2.0.
Grandmama?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about from New Orleans?
Yeah.
I take him, man. That's the crazy thing about
it. He ain't playing this year, though.
Draft picks with it.
Right, but what I've been hearing, y'all trying to get him and 4 draft picks with him.
I don't know if we're gonna get 4.
That's what I've been hearing. Now,
well, maybe because he ain't playing this year.
Right.
They're trying to make the playoffs right now. What's Zion gonna do for y'all?
Well, I just saying Well, I've been
like I said, you got to load on draft picks, and you got it. But right now we in the fourth. I don't know. I think we was fourth. We probably.
Well,
fifth.
I'm saying you're trying to make a run at it, right?
Yeah, but we ain't gonna make no run because we ain't got no other superstar. We just got Joel Embiid.
That's what I'm saying. So why
and
can't
if he ain't right, then
someone
we done.
There's a superstar healthy that y'all can trade for.
I'm gonna go ahead to certified play. Let's just go to certified players. Brian, go ahead with certified players.
I got the Cincinnati Bengals. You finally won your first playoff game.
Kudos.
That a bit of compliment. You finally got it done.
That's true.
And I gotta say this: the Bills. I gotta give you your props. You hit Bill Belichick in the mouth. You did your job. Now, can you keep it going?
Real chop.
Bills Mafia, huh?
Yeah. Mafia.
All right, what you guys are?
Certified, man. We talked about this team before, the Memphis Grizzlies. I was watching them play this weekend.
You had no choice.
And man, yeah. What'd you say? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear that.
You had no choice. Those of you watching players, you had no choice.
You mean I had no choice? I watch every. I watch all sports.
This game was yesterday.
Huh?
Who y'all played yesterday?
Bulls?
Yes. Then who? You got another basketball team?
No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. We played Boston.
They beat the Bulls over the weekend.
Oh yeah, we played Memphis. Yeah. Okay, man, you got me all twisted up right now, man. Let me say my play, man.
My fault. I'm sorry.
I see what you mean. I thought you were doing something different with it. Now I know what you mean. You trying to rub it in. That's what you're doing. Well, just know, I'm not talking about them beating us. We didn't have our starting point guard, our backup point guard, and our starting shooting guard and our power forward. So just know that. So we lost 4 in a row actually, and still first in the East, which is crazy. I don't know how we are, but I guess we were that far up. But anyway, that's more concerning. But anyway, I'm giving Memphis credit, man, because we know about John Morant. I think you mentioned Bane before, but they arguably might. I won't give them to them just yet, but they arguably right there is the best backcourt in the league. And what I'm more impressed with is Triple J is actually, not going. Well, it ain't my team, but I don't wish injury on nobody. But Triple J, when he's healthy, he shows what he can do. And I know they're a young team, and they were talking about it on the show earlier. If they will win a playoff series, I'm like, win a playoff series? Shit, I might have them going to the finals. So, because they never won a playoff series. Obviously, they only made it 1 year. But I just want to give him credit. John Morant, he reminds me of Rose. I think Rashawn said that before. Plays just like him in his 3rd season.
Hold up. Hey, King Czar.
Mm-hmm.
I think they beat the Spurs 1 year. Is that what you're talking about?
Did they? No. They're on the show. They were wrong. They were saying, Memphis will have won their first playoff game this year. Well, with John Morant, I think they mean with Morant. Like with Morant.
Did Morant beat the Spurs? Conley. They had Mike Conley. They had Marcus.
No. John Morant. John Morant.
Oh, okay. John Morant. No, I don't think John Morant.
My bad. I should have cleared. I meant the not ever. Of course they. Yeah. No, Mike Conley. I mean with John Morant. My bad. John Morant era. Well, they win the playoff series, and I'm thinking, they might go to the finals. But yeah, anyway, he reminds me of one of my favorite players, and just brings good memories of it because the way he plays, but harsh memories of what happened to Derrick Rose. But yeah, I just want to give him a shout out to it. And I'll shout out the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Everyone was saying Super Bowl hangover. They started out the season like 3-4, 3-5, was losing to everybody. Tennessee beat them without Henry. I think Buffalo beat them. And, then they won like 8-9 in a row. But just look, ping, 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 and look where they're at. Right back to where they're at. Mahomes looking like the best player in the league again. And so it was like, are we worried? We're not worried. Yeah, we're right back where we're at. So I'm going to leave my certified at those two.
All right, it's on you, Sharon.
So I also want to I also had the Bengals as a certified player, namely Joe Burrow. He was very cool under pressure. I've always been impressed with him anyway, even though he plays for the Bengals. So he went 24-34 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and had a great game. And they beat the Raiders. I picked them to beat the Raiders anyway, but most people pick the Raiders to win. But
oh wow,
I picked them to beat the Raiders. So that was a good game. Also, you got to head into the Bills for beating the Patriots. And Josh Allen went 21-25, 308 yards and 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he also ran for 66 yards himself. He had a passer rating of 157.6. I mean, he was just firing on all cylinders, seriously. The Patriots defense was just non-existent. They couldn't get a stop all night. And the Bills clocked 482 yards of total offense as a team up against that. So, I mean, they couldn't have asked for a better game in single-digit cold weather to boot. So you got to hand it to them for playing a great game. And I also had John Moran and the Grizzlies on my list. But I want to give a shout out to the Chicago Bulls as well in the way that they're playing. And I think that I still don't think that they're getting the respect that they deserve for this season so far. But shout out to them. I had them on my list as well. That's it.
Dennis.
Rashawn.
Go time with Sean.
I don't look like he's there either. Guru.
No, I'm here.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Sean.
Just to piggyback off of what Sharon said, Josh Allen was very impressive this weekend. Very, very impressive. Seven drives, 7 touchdowns. You can't get too much better than that. He threw more touchdowns than he threw interceptions. I mean, incompletions. He didn't throw any interceptions. He had an awesome game. For that to be a divisional opponent and him to go in there and make it look easy in single-digit cold weather, he was very impressive in my opinion. And I'm giving Josh Allen a lot of shit. So he definitely gets certified player. Patrick Mahomes, of course. But I'm not going to put Patrick Mahomes back on that pedestal. No offense, Sharon, but it was the Steelers. I'm not putting him back on that pedestal. He has to go and beat Buffalo again to get back on that pedestal for me. John Morant, of course, John Morant is playing like a man possessed. Yes, Zara, you were right, and you quoted me perfectly. John Morant gives me those Derrick Rose MVP year vibes. That young man be balling. The athleticism, his approach to the game, he's amazing. He is amazing. And Embiid, I have to give credit to Embiid. They did I just watched the video with a lot of Embiid's highlights looking like Kobe and Michael Jordan, man. With the spin-off, fadeaway jump shots, the foot movement, all of that. He just going in there and he's just playing basketball. So I hope the Sixers do something with Ben Simmons to give him a chance to go out and win a ring. But they're my certified players.
All right, what you got, Guru?
Oh, what do I have? I let me keep this short because you chastised me a little while ago. Anyway, I'm just going to relegate it to my man Stanley Johnson. Last night, I know it wasn't like, Moran or some of these other guys that are, really taking over the league, man. But let me say, coming from where it came from, I was just like, I was so happy for him, man. Here's a guy that's on his third 10-day contract. Only because of the COVID situation, they get to go more than 2. And the Lakers still trying to, finagle so they could, not pay him and guarantee his money. And he saved the day last night. Fourth quarter, he just took what's his name, the big man Rudy Gobert to task. They kept isolating him, and I mean he must have scored, I don't know, 12, 14, 10, whatever, double figures in points in the fourth quarter. And the Lakers were done, man. They were done. And Frank Vogel, once again, with his nonsense, going small, which doesn't work. But somehow it's like he lucked into a win last night. He lucked into a win because, once again, LeBron was on Gobert, and he wasn't switching. So LeBron would have him on, and then first pick, then LeBron switches. So now you got Reeves or somebody on Rudy Gobert, which makes no sense. And so if LeBron is going to do that, he's got to, get through it as well. I can't just blame, Dwight Howard. He has to be accountable as well. And but like I said, Stanley Johnson, he just was. It was just, even LeBron was kind of like flabbergasted. It was just so funny to watch somebody just do their thing. He's not really a good outside shooter. He hit one foul line jumper. Everything else was pretty much a layup or a drive to the hole. But then he made this behind the back pass that I just thought was, oh man, it was just so awesome, man. So shout out to Stanley Johnson. My favorite player, LeBron. Reeves is probably second. I love Carmelo. And then Stanley Johnson's right up there too, man. So I got to give it to him, man. He was awesome, and it was so unexpected. So that's what's so great about it. So I'm just gonna go with him. Yeah, I love Reeves. Austin. Oh man, this kid.
Who's
Love
Reeves?
him. Oh, you got to watch the game, Zard. Come on now, brother.
Oh, you're talking about your favorite players on the Lakers. I'm thinking all time. I'm like, who the fuck is real? I'm thinking like some star. I got you. My bad.
I know you know it, man.
Yeah, a lot of people said ones already, so I think I'll, I want to give a certified player out to T.J. Watt, man, for the way that he was, trying to ball and trying to keep his team into things. He even scored a touchdown, so I want to give a special shout out to him and Aaron Donald, and I definitely want to give a certified player out there to Deebo Samuels and the San Francisco 49ers. I gotta give one out there to, nobody's talking about him lately, but for the last month, he's been balling, and that's Devin Singletary. He's been balling for the last month, so I got to give him his props. But that's all of my certified players. I do got some questions to ask, though. Hold on for a second. Family? Oh, no, matter of fact, let's start with Rashawn's question. That's what it is. Rashawn asked a question last night that was actually very good. He asked the question, who is the best NBA player, this year? You ready, Ron?
I got to go with John Morant.
Okay.
He's doing his thing. I mean, ain't nobody seen that coming. I mean, we knew he was good, but the way he just balling out there like that, you gotta give that man his props.
Okay, what you guys are?
Same guy that's been the best player since 2017, Kevin Durant. And unfortunately, he's hurt and he's going to be out a while, but he was the clear MVP and opens the door for Curry to get MVP now, or maybe John Morant if he can start to get some publicity. But Kevin Durant's clearly the best NBA player and has been for a few years now.
Okay. Sharon, what you got, Sharon?
That's my answer is Kevin Durant. Hate that he just got injured the other day, yesterday or whatever day it was, but he's the best player in the game right now. John Morant's on his way.
Oh, no.
On his
Drew,
way.
what you got?
Well, I'm glad he got hurt because if it clearly was if he's clearly the best NBA player, because from what I read and what I saw, most people were saying Curry was the lead in the MVP.
Well, who you got?
I think right now the leader is Moran. I mean, I think he's played better.
You think he's the best player, or he's the leader for MVP?
Well, I think they're one and the same. I mean,
not really. He was the best player in the NBA last year.
So say that again.
You thought Joker was the best player, even though he was MVP?
I thought he had the best season. Yes. I mean, if I thought that if what's his name, if Skippy's boy wouldn't have got hurt, he could have got it, but he got hurt.
Yeah, he did.
That's not Skippy's boy. That's not Skippy's boy. That's Sean's boy.
It is Skippy's boy.
That's Sean's boy. I put Skippy on.
Sean is the Embiid fan. I wasn't an Embiid fan.
That's my guy. Embiid is my guy.
But I didn't even know you. I didn't even know you was a. I didn't even know you was a Philly fan. How the hell you go from Dallas to Philly? What the hell's going on?
You watch basketball, Rashawn? No, I'm playing.
Yeah, man. I love Embiid.
First of all, you threw Dak underneath the bus. Just stick with your damn football team, cuz. All right. But no, I got to go with Moran. I think Moran right now. He's just doing some. And it's funny because Czar is cool. He can question it because when he wasn't playing, I believe they won 10 out of 12 games. And generally speaking, when they can do that good without you, then how can you say he's the most valuable? But I just think, the way he's playing on a level, because Curry really fell off. Curry's shooting
big time. Soon as he broke that record.
Terrible.
Soon as he broke that record.
And actually about 2 or 3 games prior to the record, he was struggling because, he was just anxious about breaking the record, excuse me.
Right.
And then, the reason why I don't give Durant the MVP, he came and played back-to-back games. Like, come on, man. You got to be a lot more durable than that. That you got, this, and the reason why they got Kyrie, because remember, they took this great stance, is because they realized he's so brittle. And then what happens? He goes out and on a, rather, odd-looking play. He's out. I don't know if he's out 2 months, but I think it's 4 to 6 weeks, so, sort of like what Anthony Davis is. So, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Moran.
What you got, Sean?
I still got Steph Curry, I don't agree with. I mean, Durant. I think Durant's right there. I think if I had to go 1A, 1B, it'd be Steph Curry, Durant. But I don't think Durant has been the best player in the league for the last 5 years, though. I am going to say that because Antetokounmpo has to be put that conversation. Exactly. I definitely don't agree with that. Antetokounmpo has to be put in that conversation somewhere. But I'm gonna leave that alone. But right now, I got Steph Curry.
Like I said last night, John Moran. He told me I was crazy last night, though.
You are. All y'all are. I don't care what talking about.
He told me I was crazy last night. That's all I'm gonna say.
That don't change. You told me John Moran was better than Derrick Rose in his MVP season. You're crazy.
Yeah. This year he ever right.
He was crazy.
This year he ever right hand? Oh yeah.
He's crazy.
I see him win 63 games and win MVP then.
Yeah, man.
With Miami's super team in the East, and still had a better record.
He gonna win the West.
Oh, I see.
You hope so. I don't think he gonna outbeat the Warriors.
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry. That is the next question. Is the Memphis Grizzlies going to win the West?
No. Phoenix.
No. The Warriors are.
Phoenix.
Okay. You got the Warriors. Sean got the Warriors. Zara, you got Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you got?
I got the Warriors.
Okay. What you got, Guru?
I would say Phoenix.
Okay. What you got, Sharon?
Warriors.
I'm sorry, say that again. I ain't hear you.
The Warriors.
Oh. I got Memphis.
Do you let me ask you something, Skippy. Do you mean are they gonna have the best record or do you mean are they gonna get out of the West?
I mean they going to the finals.
Oh, okay. So they could you think they're gonna improve on their I believe their 3 or their 4 spot?
Yeah, I think they're 4. Should change up every day, but I think they're 4.
They are 4.
Right.
Do you think they'll get the 1 seed or go to the finals as a lower seed?
No, I think the closest they'll get is a 2. I think that's the closest they might get is a 2. And they still got to wait for Dylan Brooks to come back to see exactly what they are as a whole.
Just went into protocol.
Damn. Dude, okay, now the Nets, on the other hand, are missing Kevin Durant for some time. I thought it was 2 months. Guru said it was 4 to 6 weeks. But I want to know, with that time being out, do the Nets still make the playoffs?
What? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They might not be a 1 seed now, but
right, they still will make. Now be honest.
No, they're not
the
the 1
East
seed anyway.
is weak.
No, it's not.
It's weak. Yes, it is.
It's
The East is weak.
Oh, it's not. The East has gotten a lot
It's
better.
as
The
good as
East is
it's
just
been
as strong
in
as
like
the West.
10
now,
years.
Exactly.
I hate to
Strong as the
inform
West
you
right
that,
now. I'm
Ron
sorry to
Thomas.
say that. But
Can
the
I
East
say
is
my
as strong as the
opinion?
West.
Oh, nobody can hear y'all. Nobody can hear y'all, man. One at a time. Go ahead.
Can I say my opinion?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, then. Like I said, the East is weak.
Okay. I'm glad you don't got a basketball team.
What you had to say? What you had to say, Guru?
About whether it is for he sprained his MCL just like Anthony Davis sprained his MCL. Davis is this is 4th week, and he supposedly is starting to do some basketball activities. So it's not one of those injuries where usually there's a gray area. Like for example, the other kid that got hurt, he had a bone bruise, and so that's taken a lot longer. But no, 4 to 6 weeks, they'll be fine. Will they lose they weren't even in the number 1 seed in the first place. Chicago is. Now, right. Chicago, what's going to happen is the East is going to come back to earth a little bit. So you're going to have these bottom teams, the Knicks, and that battle for that playoff spot, and that play-in and all that other nonsense is going to be crazy. Because even Atlanta, I don't think is in the playoffs right now.
No, nowhere near.
So you're going to have.
They won their first home game since November. They lost 10 home games in a row.
Yeah, Lloyd Pierce is somewhere laughing in his eating his I don't know what he's eating, but whatever. Because
I didn't know Chicago, Miami, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Philly. I didn't know they were all weak, but I guess they're weak.
Yeah, well, we heard that from somebody on this panel, but I hate to say it, that's not true. Let's just I hate to tell that person, but the East is as good as it's been in a long time. There's a lot of parity in the East right now. Anybody who knows the league knows that. Some people, and I don't know,
Eastern champions, by the way, too.
So some people think that the East is better than the West right now.
I wouldn't go that far, but
that's debatable.
Standing ground.
But we know for the last better part of 10 years prior to this that it's always been, the West is much stronger than the East. Yep. Now it's somewhat kind of even itself out, which people were talking about, should they go from no conferences? That was nonsense. It's always cyclical.
Yeah.
Very true. Chocolate Girl, do you have anything?
No.
Sean, you got something?
Well, for the what was the question? I'm sorry.
Will the Nets make the playoffs without KD for some time? 4 to 6 weeks.
James Harden is still there.
I didn't know that was the question. Sorry.
James Harden is still there. Hell yeah, they'll make the playoffs. James Harden been by himself before. He know how to take a team at least to the playoffs. You know what I mean? James, you still I didn't lose any faith in James Harden. I just was all, he was back when James Harden was a little bit better. He's one of my guys. He just always pissed me off because they ain't playing no damn defense. But James Harden, he has a good skill set, and they still got Kyrie in away games right now. That shit is going to play a major part, even if he can't play every game. You know what I mean? The games that he can play, he's going to be a pivotal part in those wins. Yeah, they'll definitely make the playoffs still. Hopefully, KD comes back. On a tear, and you don't never want no injury to end anyone's career. So hopefully KD comes back on a tear, and we have nothing to worry about. But yeah, I still think they make the playoffs.
So the East has 8 teams over 500. The West only has 6 teams over 500. Just for the record.
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to the conference finals or anything like that, but I'm sure KD will be back long before that anyway.
All right.
Well, let me say one thing, Skippy. The one thing I want to add is that now, Sean brought up a great point, which I should have mentioned. Thank you, Sean. And once again, my apology to your cowgirls. Just messing with. But
you messing with him? You messing with me?
No, I'm not. You were cool, man. It wasn't you that was trade Dak Prescott in the what do you call it room and all that. That was Sean, man. I heard his voice when I was making my dinner. But anyway, that being said, the problem the Nets may have is, with Kyrie playing only the road games. Remember what happened last year when Harden took that, heavy load on? He got hurt. Be careful. He might get injured again because he's not the greatest athlete. He looks like rerun, reincarnated. That's who he is. So let's be careful with the Nets. They, this may affect them. Will they make the playoffs? Yes. I don't think they could drop that far, but watch out for Harden's health because remember, Kyrie's only playing the road games now.
Okay. What you got going on over there, Ryan? It's your time to shine.
Okay. Do you think Las Vegas played a huge part of these NFL playoff games this weekend? Shan?
Yeah, I think so, but I've been saying that all season. Every time something weird go on, it's probably related to Vegas.
What do you think, Dennis?
No, I don't think so at all.
Czar, what do you think?
Absolutely. Anytime Dallas lose, it's Vegas' fault.
That was fucking good, Zar.
Yo, he gonna say anytime
Dallas lose, it's Vegas' fault. You fucking right.
Tell him.
Oh man, yo,
you fucking right, Zar.
What do you think, Sports Guru?
Oh no, of course not. It has nothing to do with Vegas. It's a great thing now that you can do your mobile betting on your phone. It's a beautiful thing. It's legalized. I mean, years ago, Donaghy, threw games. They threw games since the beginning of basketball time. I mean, there's always been the reason why they don't throw games now compared to yesteryear is because in yesteryear, they wasn't making money. Athletes had to get second jobs. So now if you throw a game, you're throwing away 20, 30, 40 million dollars. You can't bribe billionaires and millionaires like you could back in the day when they wasn't making any money. So that's why it's more, now that's not to say there's not going to be some rogue athlete, but remember, he has to be in the game long enough to be able to affect the game. So not only do you have to have somebody who, is not making the money, but that guy who's not making the money has to have a big role in determining the outcome of the game. Now, if you're talking about officials, well, that's another thing, because obviously, like I said, we did have Donaghy years ago, and we've had other officials. The Manhattan? No, not Manhattan. I'm trying to think. It was a college scandal they had years ago. It'll come to me, and I'll mention it. But yeah, they had that big scandal years ago. NYU, I think that was it back in the day. They had those type of situations. College, a lot more easier for that to happen. But now they even have the likeness in college, so college guys can make money. So, and referees, they do very well. A lot of referees in the NBA, way more than six figures. So, I just think it's beautiful. I mean, I'm happy that, gambling is there. I'm happy that New York is now not dumb enough not to capitalize. This is a city that's always greedy for money, that's always begging for money. And now they can get some money other than charging ridiculous amounts for those damn tolls you go through or the streets that they don't fix, unless you live in Westchester or parts of Long Island. So no, it doesn't affect it at all.
What do you think, Sean? Dennis?
No. Let Sean go ahead, Sean.
I already said no.
Man, look. No. I think Vegas plays a part in some of these games. I think it's more of a broad scale, not just Vegas. I think it's the sports betting in general. that plays a part in some of these games, man. I think if the money look good for this team to win, then they gonna do their best to help that team win. If they don't, then they probably let them play it out, and it doesn't matter who wins. But I think, yeah, definitely that sports betting stuff definitely plays a big part. Like I feel like you were saying, if you don't believe that, and it's not just football. I think it's sports wide. Like if you go all the way back to Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas.
Here you go.
Listen, hey, I'm just giving up facts. I'm just giving up facts. Buster
Tyson
Douglas,
was over there acting a fool, bro. Go ahead.
Look. Man, at the end of the day, Tyson is still Tyson. You can't take that away. But I'm not going back and forth because the same thing happened in that Wilder and Fury fight.
No, that one I agree with. That I agree.
You go back and count, Fury was on the mat longer than 10 seconds.
Right.
But at the end of the day, money is always going to win. So, you know what I mean? It happens, man. But money wins. Nobody cares about the tradition, the sport. Nobody cares about the pedigree. Nobody cares about that no more. It's all about the money, and that's what's messed up. So yeah, I believe it played a part.
Certain situations, I think you can still bribe a millionaire. Nicole even said it in the chat. You can still bribe a millionaire, but not offending nobody. But I'm just saying you get some bribes off on some people, man. You come to them with straight cash, no taxes. Oh yeah, you get them. You definitely could get them, especially them guys on the rookie pay scales, like a Jalen Reagor, because he had the opportunity to win some games sometimes.
Embezzlement. He should be in jail for embezzlement.
I'm just saying. There's some guys out there that just question. You just question sometimes.
My next question: Who should buy the Denver Broncos?
Who should buy him?
Czar.
A-Rod.
Like, you got Peyton Manning put his name in the hat too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going A-Rod and Master P in a conjunction.
So you telling me that's gonna be?
Hey, when Terrell Davis and all them boys was on Denver, they was doing the No Limit Soldier salute anyway.
So you tell me?
Listen, I don't care who buys it.
Sorry, ain't shit, yo. That motherfucker gonna fire tonight, yo.
Yeah, shit, bro. Who you think, Dennis?
I just want somebody black to buy it. I want a black-owned team in the NFL. I just want to see it in my lifetime. Like I seen a black president. I just want a black-owned team in the NFL. That's all. I ain't asking for much.
How about you, Sarah?
Just pretty much that's where I stand on it.
Yeah, she's with me and Master P.
Nice. It'd be nice. Hey, I would love it if it was Master P or somebody or something. That would be dope.
He gonna buy New Orleans.
How about you, son?
I bet you all his players will have some financial planning going on.
I'm with everybody on the black owner thing. I think Soulja Boy should get it so he can say he the first.
I'm out.
He'll change the name to the Denver U.
The owner football team. Yeah, I just want to hear him say it. You know what I mean? I'm cool with that. But no, somebody black though. I don't care who buy him. As long as somebody black, man. We need something. We need to infiltrate, man. That's the only place we ain't infiltrated yet. We need to infiltrate. Ain't no way in hell that the players 90%, 80% black and 0% black owners. No, it makes no sense. Who's relating to these players? In my opinion, who's relating to them?
Money.
What do you think, Sports Guru?
I think it sounds good as far as, black ownership, but as long as you got the likes of Roger Goodell in charge of the NFL, I'm still waiting for Jay-Z to do something. I knew that was a farce when it happened. And unless you're talking about, Snoop Dogg and them doing the halftime, I haven't seen anything that, he has done, Jay-Z, other than sell drugs in Marcy Projects, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't see it. It would be great. Certainly in my lifetime, it would be wonderful. But you know, I don't see it happening.
Did you take some girls over there to buy some drugs from the Marcy Projects? Huh?
Yeah.
This is all you keep saying. I just noticed something. You just keep when you find something about somebody, you just keep bringing them down on the same thing all the time.
Let me just say this. I kept my black ass out of Marcy Projects as much as I could. Okay, I lived in Van Dyke Projects, and the only time I went to Marcy Projects is to see this one light skinned girl that I knew, and that didn't last long. Thank you very much.
My next question: should Dan Quinn leave Dallas and go be the head coach of the Denver Broncos? Dennis.
No. I think Dan Quinn, I'm going to tell you why I say no. Dan Quinn needs to take his time on his next head coaching job, because what I've paid attention to is you barely get 3. You'll get 2 head coaching opportunities, but you barely get 3.
Right.
So you may have messed up with your first one, but your second one, you got to take a full opportunity on it. You got to, take your time and just don't jump in there just cause. That's why, you'll see guys. What was the guy that's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots?
Daniel.
Yeah, even though he did the mini Spygate that I just heard about, but yeah.
I mean, Johnson, he's going to get another one.
No. He only had that one in Denver.
That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he turned down a job.
He turned down the coach job.
Right. So that's 2.
And then no. He never had the job. If I turn down a job with you at the railroad, that don't mean me and you work together.
Well, he had the job. They offered him the job, and he said, and I believe he said yes. And then after, like a day later, he changed his mind.
Right. That don't mean he had the job.
Well, what does it mean?
That means that he never had the job. He didn't get a paycheck.
No, he did have the job.
He didn't get a paycheck.
He changed his mind.
He didn't get the job.
Okay, let's put it this way. He was offered the job.
He was offered the position. That's fair. He was offered the position.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think, Sharon?
I think if they offer it to him, he should go on and take it. That's what I think. If they offer him, take it. If
How about you,
he's
no?
ready.
No, he definitely needs to stay in Dallas and continue and build on what he's done, and buy a house out there, and bring his family, and play golf.
Hey, Zara, you on the fucking road today?
So you tell me he just gonna keep on making the chunk change that they paying him instead of making the real big money. He gonna be making the little bit money.
So the funny thing is he could be making the big money in Dallas, but just like Jason Garrett, it's going to be Kellen Moore that's going to get the big money to stay in Dallas, is what I'm feeling. I don't think he's going to pay both of them to stay. So I do think Quinn probably going to leave, but Kellen Moore ain't going nowhere, even if offered. I just got a funny feeling Jerry Jones is not going to let Kellen Moore go anywhere. And I don't know. I think I'd rather pay Dan Quinn because again, this just giving me Jason Garrett flashes. He was the brilliant mind, great OC. I was waiting for him to be our coach because I fucking hated Wade Phillips. Then he got the head coaching job, and I wish it never happened. So I think Dan Quinn, a second time around, like Dennis said, I would have him next in line to be our head coach and pay him. He actually did go to a Super Bowl, even though it was on a shitty franchise, but he did go to a Super Bowl.
Multiple Super Bowls. Don't forget he won one with Seattle.
Well, no, I'm talking about as a head coach, though.
Oh,
so,
all right, I got you.
So I would let Kellen Moore walk. Dak is Dak. Bringing another guy, I hope we can get Sean Payton. I don't know. I don't think he would take an OC job, but I think he may leave New Orleans. There's rumblings, but he's from our organization, by the way. So,
what do you think, Sean?
The Dallas fan in me. I mean, I got to say him Anthony Czar. Like, I don't want him to go, but I pray that Jerry Jones don't do that shit again. because it don't work. You did it with Wade Phillips. You did it with Jason Garrett. This shit don't work. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Everybody from that Jason Garrett tree, everybody that was coaching when he was coaching, should have got fucking fired. The year after, they gave him all that slack for not being able to take an all-star fucking team to the playoffs. No. Everybody should go except for Dan Quinn. I would, if I was Dan Quinn, I would stick it out one more season with the Cowboys. If you do it again, McCarthy fucked that money up. I think by right, Dan Quinn should be next because Kellen Moore's been on those shitty fucking teams with those shitty records and that bum-ass play calling that he had. His play calling, to me, is still fucking trash. I don't care what nobody say, but I'm going to stop ranting. At the end of the day, Kellen Moore can go. I'd rather keep Dan Quinn. I say Dan Quinn stay and see if he can get the head coaching job in Dallas because he, to me, is the biggest difference for the Cowboys this year.
My next question.
Yeah, let me answer the question. Hold up, let me answer the question. Thanks. Number one, you Cowgirl fans, y'all delirious. Because Czar said that he wants Sean Payton to be a coordinator for you guys. Hey, did I hear that correctly?
I can dream, can I?
Yeah, okay. All right. Keep dreaming, player. This is the reality right now. But the one thing I'll say about Quinn is, I think he did a good job, but I think your defense was ranked like 19th or 20th in the league. It's not like, they were this great defense, and I realized you guys had some injuries, but injuries is part of the game, man. So, this all of a sudden Dan Quinn and Callan, he's supposed to be the next great, coordinator, and the guy can't come up with a better play than that on with 14 seconds or whatever amount it was, which it wasn't 16 and it wasn't 17, which you needed that amount in order to run that play successfully. Most coaches, even the former quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, he felt the same way. So, only the Cowgirls, and once again, like I said, didn't even know you got to hand the ball to the referee. I mean, like, come on, man. You guys got to be better than that, man. You got to be better than that. So, I don't know. Dan Quinn, he's not the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's had a couple of, opportunity already. Maybe give somebody else a chance, especially one of these, what about Frazier or somebody like that who's done a good job with the Buffalo organization. I mean, like,
I hope we get Flores.
Yeah, obviously Flores too. I mean, what about my man from Tampa Bay?
Ty Bowles.
So yeah, Ty Bowles. I mean,
time out. I'm sorry to interrupt, but did he just ask for a black coach to be the head coach in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Did he just ask for a black head coach to be in Dallas?
Hey,
yeah, but you said the same thing. You said the same thing about the Giants, that the Giants will never hire a black coach. Okay, but if they do, then what you gonna say?
Then I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong as two left shoes, and I'll be right. Just like I was wrong when I paid you your money. I was wrong. How many black head coaches you seen in Dallas?
Dennis,
I don't think I've ever seen one.
That says a lot. Dallas got a black quarterback.
I think you got a better chance. I think you got a better chance in New York to have a black defensive coordinator than in Dallas.
No, I did have a black defensive coordinator. That's true.
Yeah.
But a black head coach is what I see. I just want to make sure I said that.
And he went and reached and got Quincy Carter.
As I said, he got Quincy. Quincy Carter was a black.
He loves them down south. He went to
the playoffs.
Yeah. Yo, Quincy Carter wasn't always black, man.
Quincy would have been all right if he would have said,
"I don't get no fucking blacker than Quincy Carter." Right. You better sit your ass there. You got me cussing again. Stop. Now I'm you got me cussing. You got me cussing again.
Hey, Quincy would have been all right if he would have stayed
off. Don't get no blacker than Quincy.
I'm done. My next question: what NFL team should trade for Calvin Ridley? Dennis.
The Eagles, since you want to just call me out like that, the Eagles. Yeah.
So don't give me this number one player. One of those number one.
For a mental
talking, listen, it's my time of the year for me to say my slogan, right? You want me to say it?
Sniff, sniff. White.
As a sucker born every day.
And y'all don't be
make sure you're not that sucker, all right?
And y'all don't be the sucker.
I can see it written on your hat. Sucker. That's what it says on the top. Sucker right there. That's what it says.
Okay, it said Georgia.
Now when you had these arguments with me, things don't go your way, right? I'm just letting you know. This is what you did this 3 years now. You did this 3 years. I'm letting you know. You know you're gonna make my day, right?
Dennis.
Hey, well, my fault. Let me say my Brian Thomas voice. You know you done fucked up. Right?
I bought a bottle of beer at 11 a.m.
Let me say to my Brian Thomas voice, right?
I bought the bottle of beer at midnight.
So, what do you think?
Amari Cooper and a 3rd round pick for Ridley.
No.
Who?
Ridley.
Calvin Ridley?
Yeah.
That's what you think the solution is?
Yes.
Yeah, you high.
Ridley on one side, Lamb on the other side, Wilson in the middle.
No, you need Michael Gallup, man.
He's ain't playing next year. I can't depend on him.
You're probably not.
What do you think, Sean?
What? As far as offseason move?
Yeah, what NFL team should trade for Calvin Ridley?
Calvin Ridley, the Eagles. Give up Fletcher Cox.
No. He too old.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. You gotta give up Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox. Or matter of fact, what did Bernie Mac say was on the medicine bottle, Dennis?
Medicine bottle.
Is he here? What did he say was on the medicine bottle, Dennis? Sucker, motherfucker. Listen, y'all about to give up one of them. They about to give y'all one of them trash ass.
I'll give up the DT.
Really.
Give up that DT they got in there. In the middle.
Oh, you talking about Grady Jarrett?
Huh? I forgot his name. Dennis know what I'm talking about.
Sports Garrett?
No, not Garrett.
Garrett. Oh.
Sports Guru.
But nah, I think either the Eagles or Tampa Bay, or the Ravens need to go give Calvin Ridley, especially the Ravens. Give Lamar some damn help.
One, we don't trade in our division.
Yeah, that's cool.
We don't do that.
It's a first for everything.
He said that's
the Cowboys
cool.
trade on it.
But it does.
The Cowboys trade on the time.
But let me say this in my Dennis voice. It's such a boring every day. And if they give us 3 draft picks for Calvin Ridley.
No, I said one of them, not all 3.
No, you gotta give me 3, player. You the check.
What am I giving you?
Hold on. Hold on. My Chris Tucker rush hour.
Calvin really ain't no fucking first. He ain't no all pro.
Chris Tucker.
The fuck I'm giving you 3.
Hey, hold on, Sean, in my Chris Tucker rush hour voice. Who the hell you think you got? Deshaun Watson?
Well, man,
you feel me?
Y'all already talk about stats. Pull up his stats for the last 3 years.
Yes, pull up his stats, please.
Pull up
Chelsea Clinton. Who you think you got? Chelsea Clinton?
Exactly.
Y'all just look.
His stats are not that great, Ryan.
Ron.
No, I don't want to hear that. Pull up the stats.
When he was the number 1 receiver, when Julio was hurt and left, he did not do that good as the number 1 with the number 1 corner.
Yards. Well, you been smoking.
He had 2 games where he got shut out. Played the 4 quarters in both games.
Ron,
he is not a number 1.
Okay.
Ron, I know you're the expert on Atlanta. Did Ridley have the mental health issues?
Yes.
And you want 3 first round?
I just stand for Tampa Bay. I know I messed them up. Now I can't stand Tampa Bay.
Who you hate more, Tampa Bay or Dallas?
Ooh, shit. It might be a tie right there.
Hey, sit your ass down somewhere around. I can't stand.
Well, I ain't never seen somebody post.
Hold on for a second.
Yeah. But
no, I'm gonna let Sharon go. I'll let Sharon go. Hold on.
Okay, Sharon. Who you
girl?
Well, I think Sean is right. The Eagles could use them. I think the Steelers could use them. The Ravens could use them because they need wide receivers. All 3 teams need wide receivers. I'm not sure about the Texans. I'm thinking maybe the Texans, but yeah, they all need wide receivers. So any one of those could use them. He wasn't that bad of a player. I don't think he was that bad of a player, Czar. I don't think he.
No, I didn't
like,
say it was
I
bad.
don't think
Ron
he
was
was
like
that
pull up the
bad.
stats like he amazing.
No, I'm looking at his stats right now. They're not bad. I'll say that.
Right.
And he only played, of course, the 6 games. I'm sorry, the 5 games this past season before he went out. But he can't. Well, I'll tell you, just for my team, we couldn't do worse with getting them because, like I said, our wide receivers just failed to hold on to the ball. They can't catch nothing, or they catch it and drop it. So I'm sure he can do just as well as that. So
I still like Claypool though, Sharon. I love Tate.
I like Claypool. I like Claypool, and believe it or not, I like Juju. But
and what's that other one? Deontay
and what's his name? The Washington dude. They dropped too many passes.
Yep.
They get open like a motherfucker though. That's a shame.
They're not number 1 wide receivers. They're 2 or 3.
Yes.
And I just can't. We need some receivers that can hang on to the ball. And then that very important stat, the yards after the catch, is very important. And Juju can catch a ball, but he doesn't have that burst of speed that he needs to get yardage after the catch. That's the thing that I look at with him. That's his deficiency. So I just think we need another wide receiver, especially since we have no idea who the quarterback is going to be next year.
Rudolph.
I don't know.
Hopefully y'all get hurt.
I don't think so.
Shit. I hope y'all get Lamar. I hope Lamar get the hell out of Baltimore.
Oh my goodness, stop it, Ron.
Okay.
I really do.
Hold on.
You want to know Pittsburgh if he was to get out of there.
Answer. I actually got a good answer here. Somebody in the comments actually said that y'all could trade y'all 9th pick and Ridley to the Jets for their 4th pick, and you get a 4th rounder. I don't think the Jets gonna give you that 4th rounder. I think they're gonna give you Denzel Mims personally because they don't like him.
I'd rather take Mims in the 4th round.
You know what? Mims not that bad though.
Is it? Yeah.
But you'll move up from 9 to 4, which I think. I mean, as a GM, that ain't that bad. If really want to play, it ain't that bad.
Right, Mims not that bad.
No, he's not.
I mean, I watched the man.
I mean, they got him in the 2nd round, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That the Jets got Mims right in the 2nd round.
He really ain't got a shot in the pros.
So
no, that's because Robert Saleh and this whole new Jet regime is just treated him like a piece of crap. Talk about he couldn't learn the 3rd wide receiver spot and basically wouldn't let him on the field until the end of the season. And I think they ruined his confidence because the year before he was outstanding. I would say he was outstanding, but he was probably the best wide receiver they had.
Well, yeah, because Crowder got hurt. He probably was.
Yeah, right.
But now the best wide receiver is Elijah Moore.
Yeah, definitely. Another 2nd round pick.
Oh, Elijah
in the 2nd round. Elijah Moore's good. He got hurt though. I think didn't he have a serious injury at the end of the year?
He did get it wasn't that serious, but that's new that they weren't going nowhere, so they put him on the IR so he couldn't do any more damage to himself.
Got it.
My next question: do you think Bill Belichick need to retire because he can't get back to the Super Bowl?
No, hell no.
Czar, what do you think?
I mean, I won't retire because he can't get back to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's on him. I mean, he's been coaching a lot. I don't know how old he is, but I think he's 70. There. How old?
70.
He's 70.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a little older. I mean,
he come from that Bill Parcells coaching.
Yeah, I know.
Like, him and Kaufman was like the last one.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to him. He pretty much has the power to do what he wants, especially where he's at. It's really just when he can coach. To me, no, he can coach until he feel like he wants to retire, like he's done with it. That's it. That's his life. So like that's all he's done. And New England, damn sure ain't gonna tell him to retire. So it's really up to him. But no, I don't think he should. No.
Okay. What do you think, Dennis?
He taking a deuce right now.
Sean, what do you think?
I honestly, Bill Belichick gives me Joe Paterno vibes. And when I say that, I mean, and I said this before, well, me and Joe, long before I was podcasting, long before any of that. But I said when Joe Paterno couldn't coach Penn State no more, I mean, he was gonna pass away, and that's exactly what happened. As soon as they told him he couldn't coach, 3 days later that man passed away. So shout out to Joe Paterno, but I think Bill Belichick is another one. Once you get moving and you've been moving your whole life, you've been surrounded by this game. This man has over 20 plus years coaching football.
Mm-hmm.
I think once he stops, it's over with. I think he just may go ahead and not to wish that on anybody, knock on wood, but I think that may be a killer for him that he's not doing that shit no more. So yeah, I think Bill Belichick does it until he can't do it no more.
Yeah, but see, I mean, I agree with you, but he was pushed out. Like I said, New England. If he retires on his own, I think he'd be fine. Or like if Joe was retire on his own. But
well, Joe, but I don't feel
think
like Joe would ever retire.
Joe died of heartbreak.
Joe would have never retired. That's exactly what it was.
Right.
Yeah, I think Joe died of heartbreak.
That's the first time I really seen that. Like you really can die. They take away the one thing you love, and he really died from that.
Well, he been coaching in Penn State for how long?
Shit, good 40 years.
Man,
right, that's all he know.
I got a chance to meet him before he passed. That was pretty dope. But yeah, man, that shit sucks. But I think Bill Belichick's the same way. Even if he get pushed out or retire, I just feel like it's not gonna be too long after that, and then they're gonna be like, rest in peace, Bill Belichick. Because it's like once you like, you know what I mean? Like it's you have that's that old school strong. That old school strong is when my grandpa was like 90 something, and he was still driving before he passed away. You don't get strong like that no more. Like they do it all. But once they stop moving, it's over. And once my grandpa sat down and like wasn't moving no more, you know what I mean? He passed away. So you see it a lot. Like
I don't think that's gonna happen with Bill. I think he's gonna be somewhere chilling, just like my boy Dick. Bill and Dick gonna be chilling together. They're gonna be all right.
What do you think, Dennis?
Bill gonna be cool. Bill be cool.
Yeah.
When honestly, he's leaving to set it up for his son. That's what he's doing. But I do think he's gonna leave New England and go somewhere else and be a general manager or something.
You think?
Because I don't think his relationship with
Kraft.
Let me get my guru on. I don't think his relationship with the massage therapist guy is really working out too well. So,
well, the rumor going around right now is, can you see him back at the New York Giants?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see the Giants over there on their hands and knees begging for him. I can see it
because
I can see the Cleveland Browns on their hands and knees begging for him.
Ooh,
I can see the Jets on their hands and knees begging for him.
Nah, he ain't never going to the Jets.
Because if you look at it, the Giants beat him twice in the Super Bowl. He can never beat the Giants.
Eli era.
No, it was just his old coaching buddy. That was Tom Coughlin. They was on the same. They coached the same team. They coached Super Bowls together.
But still, he cannot beat the Giants.
I mean, he pretty much followed Bill everywhere. He might as well go to Dallas. That's the only place he didn't go where Bill went.
What do you think, Sports Guru?
Miami. He ain't go to Miami.
What's the question?
Wait, Bill.
Do you think Bill Belichick needs to retire because he can't get back to the Super Bowl?
Well, I don't know that he can't get back to the Super Bowl. I know he got his ass kicked on Saturday. I know that was a damn disgrace. But obviously Tom Brady won the Super Bowl last year, so a lot of people feel it was more Tom than Bill. Obviously, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Both guys were great for one another. He may not get back to another Super Bowl. It's hard to get to Super Bowls. And, I'd be surprised if Mac Jones could take him there. What I was surprised, but, towards the end of the season, their defense did fall off. And that really was what propelled them to such a tremendous season. It was the defense. It certainly wasn't Mac Jones. You know, this is somebody on ESPN that she just, you know, Mac Jones. Well, Mac Jones got his comeuppance, and it was very enjoyable to see him get his ass kicked. So my answer would be no, he doesn't have to retire. These guys, they coaching into their 70s. He said he's not. Right. I said they're coaching into their 70s. Pete Carroll is older than him, I believe. So, you know, he's probably going to go out on his own accord, and as well he should. He deserves that right for all that he's accomplished. Some people feel he's the greatest coach of all time. You know, I'm not one of them, but, you know, he definitely is up there in the top 5, top 10 easily. So, you know, let's see what happens over the next couple of years. And also health has a lot to do with it. This COVID, you know, we've seen people retire early because of this COVID. A lot of coaches have decided to give it up. My eye doctor decided to retire. She was a great Dr. Hershot. I love this lady. She's the greatest eye doctor I've ever known. She never came back after COVID.
My eye doctor retired because of COVID too. Huh? That's crazy.
Hey Guru. Or matter of fact, this is for the whole cast. That Bill Belichick and Tom Brady argument, doesn't that remind you of Kobe and Shaq?
Kobe and Shaq?
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Two
players, someone that don't play though.
It's like I'm saying the combination and the success that came behind it.
But
you know what I'm saying? And like who was the catalyst behind it? Who was the catalyst? Was it Belichick? Was it Brady? Was it Belichick? Was it Brady? Was it Shaq? Was it Kobe?
Well, we know it was Shaq. Shaq, the Finals MVP.
Whoa! I don't believe that.
So you can argue all you want, but the proof,
I don't believe it.
What do you think, Sam?
He didn't even get one of those Finals MVPs.
Yeah, I know, but he got 2 after Shaq left.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Sam?
Shaq and Kobe. It's I mean, a little different, but Jordan, Pippen, or whoever tandem you want to go. I mean, he was a great Robin, and it was like 1A, 1B, but Shaq was better.
That's a long conversation.
I got a better one.
Hold on. Wait. Let's get to the situation at hand. We'll get back to that. Hold on.
Sam, what do you think?
Well, you know, Belichick once said that he would retire at 70. He did not want to coach past 70. And he's 70 now. But I still don't believe that he's ready to retire. I don't know, I just get a feeling that he wants to stay there and at least get to another Super Bowl since Tom has been gone. And I think he'll stay. I think he'll keep
from Mahomes.
I think he'll keep coaching. I don't think that he needs to retire now if he doesn't want to. Sure, if he wants to, then go right ahead. But he can pretty much write his own ticket and control his own destiny.
Okay.
Since we was talking about that subject, only thing I'm gonna say is I don't think that it was particularly Kobe or Shaq. I think it was Phil Jackson.
Yeah, but he don't play though.
And when he did play, he was terrible. But go ahead. Terrible.
My last.
So you saying it's Phil with those two, but it was Jordan and not Phil on that team?
You asked me about Kobe and Shaq. You asked me about Jordan and Pippen.
Phil Jackson.
You asked me about Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq were together, and Phil wasn't there. They got
made the
Phil
conference
Jackson.
finals, though.
The first year that they got Phil Jackson, they won a championship.
Right, but hold on. Let me say
same thing happened in Chicago.
Thank you, Guru. Again, what happened.
I wasn't talking. That wasn't the question. The question was about Kobe and Shaq.
I'm just saying. I think Doug Collins gets it done, but he didn't get a chance. But whatever. History is history.
I forgot who the coach was before Phil Jackson, but
Doug Collins ain't getting it done.
Doug Collins was not
finals. That was the next step. They fired him.
Yeah, but
after going to the conference finals.
But then when he got another job with somewhere else, what did he do?
No, but he didn't have Jordan. You got to still have the player. Phil had Kobe, Shaq, Jordan, and Pippen. Come on now.
I agree. You have to have the players, but I just
see when Shaq left, how long it took Phil to get back to the playoffs, let alone finals.
Oh, hey, you know, I
Phil
agree
got
with you on
fired
that.
first. Phil got fired.
Oh, keep further proving my point.
Phil
He
ain't
got
get
fired, and then they
fired.
brought him back.
I
He
know.
ain't get fired.
I know. I think he's good with egos and star players, but he's definitely not the main reason those two teams won the championship.
Yes, he is.
No.
Listen, at the end of the day, if you watch
what you want to about the Lakers.
when
He's the
Doug
reason the Lakers
Collins
won the
Was
when
championship.
getting
Doug Collins was coaching the
championships. Phil
Bulls,
Jackson was not the reason Michael Jordan got rings.
I'm talking about the Lakers. I'm not into this
I'm
Michael
talking about
Jordan. I'm
Sean.
not getting to this Chicago Bulls. I'm just talking about the Lakers.
Czar.
When you
Doug
talking
Collins
Lakers,
only drew plays for
it's a
Michael
highlight.
Jordan, bro. You're not gonna win no games like that. Doug Collins only
Did
wanted
they
to use
win
Michael
games?
Jordan.
They went to the conference finals.
But you're not gonna win anything like that, man. Did they lose or not?
When Pippen got his shit together, so when he finally manned up, stopped crying, migraine, this and that, they won. They would have done the same shit because Jordan was the one that got Pippen's ass together. Yes,
I'll
they
bet
would
$1 million.
next year.
Team basketball is what got
Czar.
them there, man. Team basketball, bro. That's what got them there.
Czar, I bet you $1 million that they would never win with Doug Collins.
Okay, we're gonna bet that.
Yes,
I bet you $1 million they would have won. Okay, now
Hey, fellas, hold up, man. We got one
you
more.
want to play
question.
2K and
Hold on, son. We got one more question, and we get right back to it.
you kick my ass in 2K.
I ain't that good in it no more. I used to play it, not no
Hold on,
more.
we got one more question, fellas.
Go ahead.
Get that question.
What NFL team should trade for Matt Ryan?
Nobody. Not a soul.
Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Shame.
please. Come on, man. They don't want him.
Pittsburgh to Claypool.
No,
Yeah,
we
he can go to
don't. We don't want Matt Ryan.
He can go to Cleveland. He'll do a better job than Baker Mayfield.
What's his name answered the question
that's
today
true.
anyway? The
That's
head
true.
coach, he answered the question who the quarterback is going to be.
Dennis.
Rudolph.
Haskins.
Dobbins.
Y'all ain't shit.
Dennis.
Haskins is my son, man.
I don't think Matt Ryan's leaving Atlanta.
Probably not.
I think y'all stuck with him.
Another miserable season for poor old Ron Thomas.
Oh, sorry, Ron.
Oh, so sorry, Ronnie. Ronnie, so sorry.
One thing what y'all don't realize, Denver like older quarterbacks.
No,
They do.
John
You're
Elway.
right about that. They
Oh,
do.
please.
John Elway don't know how to evaluate.
I'm talking, please. They did get John Elway. Peyton Manning, right?
Right.
That's different. Hold up now.
No, it ain't different. He don't know how to evaluate quarterbacks. He misses every time he drafts them.
He got Joe Flacco too. Don't
You
forget
got
that
Joe
one.
Flacco, another older quarterback.
You saying Peyton Manning though? Like that's different. Peyton Manning is all time.
Elway's not picking anymore. That's not his role anymore. So
Right.
I'm happy about that shit.
Or just saying, a lot of older quarterbacks they be take, and they've been taken.
They
And
took Teddy
They
Bridgewater,
ain't taking
man.
your boy. You stuck with him, Ron Thomas.
Stuck, bro.
Take that. Take
That's
that.
Take that to the bank.
And cash that
Okay.
motherfucker.
Okay. I take it.
Ridley,
Somebody,
too.
Somebody said that he might go to New England because he played for Boston College.
Man, he's not going no fucking New England. They believe in Mac Jones.
Only thing
I don't know if they believe in him anymore.
Man, that's
I don't know.
He's
I don't
a
think he
rookie
leaving.
in his first playoff game, bro. You can't do that to him.
Yeah,
A rookie in his first playoff
to the
game.
playoffs, man.
Come on, man. He doesn't even know the level of football. He doesn't even understand it yet. He's not. This is
Not good enough, man.
Sean, you got a stronger arm
Not
than Matt.
born with the talent. Everybody don't pan out, bro.
Man, stop it, man. He done a lot better than a lot of other rookie quarterbacks.
Every quarterback don't pan out in the first round. There's a lot of them.
And we've also seen quarterbacks who've had great rookie years and it turned out not to be shit. Calling their mom on the head coach, Vince Young. But we ain't gonna trip. Stop.
ooh.
Vince Young got done wrong, though.
Man, Vince Young did not get done wrong. Vince Young started
Yes,
shooting the
he
bed and
did.
got bit.
He did.
That's all that
Yes,
happened.
he did.
didn't get
Vince
done
Young got
wrong.
done wrong.
Oh, y'all
did
kidding
wrong.
me.
What's his name? Called the cops and said he had a gun. He was going to kill himself. Oh, yes, he got done wrong.
Man, come on.
Oh, that's about as dumb.
Lil Wayne said that in the song too. He said suicide doors, Vince Young.
Come on, man. He's like calling his mom on the coach, man.
Yeah, some of these black mamas, you call your mama too.
I ain't calling my mom. Yeah. Well, yeah,
but Marbury mama used to come out on the court. I remember when I used to go to the Meadowlands.
St. Pop Warner, they better stop doing that shit.
Oh, that was funny.
That's it for the questions.
Yeah, Ryan done with his questions?
Yep.
All right, good then. If y'all ain't got anything else to say, we could end early.
Yeah, I gotta go
I thought we had some Dallas Cowboy questions.
Oh yeah, we did have Dallas Cowboy. My fault. I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
My team
waiting for that.
The town, bro.
Yeah, you've been waiting for that. My fault. I'm
the
sorry.
Only team. I guess that's the only team that lost this weekend. Nobody else matters. Hey, Shine. Don't nobody else matter. I love it. Don't nobody else matter. I love it. Philadelphia don't matter. Pittsburgh don't matter. No, I love it.
Shut up. You traded Dak and everybody else in the pregame.
Listen, I was never a fan. I keep trying to tell you that. I was never a fucking fan.
Yeah, but you can't.
Dennis had to point who he was out to me. That's how I originally get hooked on that. Or not even
Go ahead.
That's how I
question. Hear the question.
Fuck that bum ass dude.
What was the problem with the Dallas Cowboys?
I was ready for that question because I saw that dumbass question in the comments. All right, let me go first. What is wrong with the Cowboys? What does that mean? So these are teams, how many years has went by since they won a playoff game? Detroit, 30 years. Miami, 21 years. Raiders, 18. Washington, 16. Jets, 11. Chicago, 11. Giants, 10. Those are all double digits or more. I don't think Dallas is anywhere near that. Okay. These are teams that have never won a Super Bowl. We have won 5. Carolina, Atlanta, Chargers, Vikings, Cardinals, Tennessee, Buffalo, Houston, Detroit, Cincinnati, Jacksonville. There's nothing wrong with Dallas. It's like Guru said, it's hard to win in the playoffs. It's hard to win in the Super Bowl. We've got 5. We can't win it every year. I think there's a lot of teams worse than us that can't even get to the playoffs and sniff it. So what's wrong with those?
So wait a minute. So
what's wrong with those teams?
After you gave all those stats, named all those beautiful teams,
yes,
there's nothing wrong with the Dallas Cowboys.
No, I didn't say that, but I'm saying
that's what I'm asking you. Is there any? Is Czar?
No, there's nothing wrong with no team.
Wrong with the Dallas Cowboys.
There's nothing wrong.
You gave all these fucking stats, but you never said there's anything wrong with the Cowboys.
So there's nothing wrong with no team. You play to win. There's only one winner per season. You can't win all the time. We went 12-5. We've had a good season. We lost in the playoffs, but there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Philly. You just got to keep building your team. You got to sometimes get lucky and not get so many penalties, or you need a turnover late. Like it's some part of luck. Sometimes it's a lot of stuff. I don't mean nothing's wrong. It just wasn't our year. Just like it wasn't Detroit's year the last 30 years.
Okay.
So that's answer. Go ahead and y'all tell us what's wrong with Dallas.
Okay. All right. Where's Shannon? I want to hear Shannon's. I want to hear his conversation. Where's Shannon?
I'm right here, man. Czar, I'm sorry, sir, but you are what's wrong with the Cowboys. Fans like you is what's fucking wrong with this stupid ass team, man. Stop saying nothing wrong when it is. Jerry Jones is the fucking problem. Jerry Jones is the problem. I don't care what nobody's talking about. Jerry Jones is the fucking problem.
He got 3 rings.
Man, I don't give a shit how many he got.
I guess that don't
30
matter.
years. And he ain't had one in 30 years.
And you saw what I just named. Detroit ain't won one. Period. They ain't won a playoff game.
You're talking about the Cowboys, though. Cowboys and Detroit ain't the same except for on Thanksgiving.
Our team playing Texas. Detroit playing Detroit. I don't give a shit about Detroit.
Y'all ain't getting my point. That's all. I went over y'all head. Go ahead.
No, it's not it's what's wrong with Dallas. What's wrong with Dallas is we put too much money into that fucking offense. What's wrong with Dallas is we worrying about money rather than worry about wins all the fucking time. Because we got the best fucking stadium. because we got people that put asses in seats. We're okay. No, we're not. The people that put asses in seats don't win fucking football games. We 6-9 outside of our fucking division. That's the problem.
So why aren't we asking what's wrong with Pittsburgh or what's wrong with New England?
Because Dallas is the team that everybody wants to fucking talk about. Because our fans are the most obnoxious. We're the only ones that say every year.
Thank you, Sean.
I can answer that, but I'll wait for my time to answer that.
You know what I'm saying? We go every year and say we're going to the Super Bowl, no matter the fuck what. We could have shit the bed the last year, but for some reason, every Dallas fan said we go to the Super Bowl every fucking year. We didn't made this bed. Now it's time to fucking lay in it. I'm not running from it. It is what the fuck it is. It's an issue. I'm not blaming no other teams. I don't care about what no other team did in the last 30 fucking years. I don't care.
And we talking
my
sports.
Team ain't winning.
I'm talking as an analyst, right?
I'm talking. He said what's wrong with Dallas. I'm talking from a fan's point of view. There's something wrong with this team. We're missing something. I can't put my finger on it because some days the defense play good, some days the offense play good, some days neither one of these motherfuckers play good. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe they missing the right kind of leadership.
We're the only team in that predicament.
No, we're not. But this is the team that Talking Ish is talking about right now. We got to talk about what we're talking about. Dallas is what it is.
Right.
Nobody gives a fuck about none of these other teams.
Why not? Why not? Who don't?
Because
they're fans. They got fans too.
Czar, but they are not built the way the Dallas Cowboys are built. We were built to make a run, yet we're sitting on the fucking couch in the first round, bro. That's why you have to talk about it.
Okay. You
have to. Michael Parsons was up for Defensive Player of the Year. Everybody was so fucking excited. Trayvon Diggs got 11 picks, but we're getting since fucking week 10.
I've been the one saying that.
We're not going to trip. That's all us. You gotta own that. Like you just said, you gotta own that shit.
No, we ain't gotta own nothing. We did.
Yeah, we gotta own that.
I bet you Detroit wish they were 12-5. I bet you Carolina wish they were 12-5.
12-5 and going home is the same as going 2-10 and not making the playoffs at all.
It's a division title, homie.
But 12-5 and going home is the same thing as going 5.
I know Philly got the less division titles in our division, Dennis.
No, that's not what I was going to say. That's not what I was going to say.
Fuck that division, man. That shit's crazy.
No, I guess, man. Dennis, you already know. For me, I guess I underestimated our team like this weekend. Like I said, joking with Ryan and all the notifications I was getting, the meme it was like, damn, Dallas people really own this team. Like it's crazy. Of any team in the league, it just was mind-boggling to me. Like I don't know. It was crazy. But yeah. Anyway, we let other team when Dallas play. If you lose when Dallas loses, as in my Dennis Green voice, you get let off the hook. So I'll leave it at that.
Sharon, you got anything to say on that? Oh no, she on the phone. Never mind. What you got, Ryan?
Say the question again.
What's wrong? What was wrong with Dallas Cowboys?
This just my opinion. I think they hype up Dallas too fast. I think it take in my opinion 2 years to get a good team. I just think they put too much on Dallas.
So then you think we win it all next year then?
Maybe if y'all keep the same coaches.
Don't start that
keep
shit.
McCarthy.
Wait a minute. No, I said the same coaches. That means Dan Quinn, that means the other one, your OC. But right now it's looking like Dan Quinn then go to Denver and y'all finna lose y'all OC to another team. That's what it look like right now.
Okay.
All right. What I'm gonna say is I don't really know how to explain it, but y'all got this stale shit about y'all. Where y'all really do just
not bread, fool.
No, I'm serious. Y'all look this is more like stale chips. For real. Y'all got this stale shit about y'all. I'm being honest, man. I'm sitting there and I watch y'all and I'll be like, they got fucking superstars at every fucking level. And then you be looking and you be like, ain't none of them show up? How the fuck is that? Like, I remember, I'm gonna bring it back to you. I'm bringing back a couple of years because I've been a fan of Dak Prescott for a while, And I know Sean was, he was coming at me. A couple other Cowboy fans was coming at me about Dak Prescott shouldn't get paid, this and that. So the Eagles and the Cowboys was fighting for the division. Whoever won the division went to the playoffs that year, right? This is just a couple years ago with Carson Wentz. And that game that we played, y'all, nobody showed up. And I was like, well, damn, y'all be getting mad at Dak. And I understand if you lose a game, you lose with your quarterback, but y'all got a lot of motherfuckers y'all paying $100 million to that ain't showing the hell up. What's going on? I couldn't understand it. So then it was like, oh, it's Jason Garrett. Then y'all wouldn't hire Mike McCarthy. I said, what the fuck? Y'all hired his twin brother? The fuck? That ain't do no fucking battle. Y'all hired his twin brother?
You do got a ring.
And like I said, his coaching tree is as strong as Aaron Rodgers being healthy.
I thought it was an upgrade. It was an upgrade. Don't call him Jason.
I don't think it was the only upgrade I see on this team, and I'm gonna be honest, was the growth of Trayvon Diggs and the draft pick of Micah Parsons. I'm not 100% that Dan Quinn got y'all from 28th to 5th. I do believe that Micah Parsons' impact.
I think his schemes and how he plays. We moved Keanu O'Neal to linebacker, got rid of Jalen. He's too slow, too big. You don't think that the strategy?
That played huge, bro. All that shit played.
I think the only thing that did the Keanu O'Neal going to linebacker was made.
And that hurt us this week.
Was Jalen Smith expendable? That's all that did.
And we didn't have him this week, but it happened.
And there's been a lot of Cowboy fans that's been saying, "Oh, well, we don't need what's the linebacker name?
Van Der Esch.
Van Der Esch don't fit the scheme. He's too slow.
I'm one of them.
You're tripping. No,
see,
you're tripping.
What I mean? I told you, Sean. I ain't making this shit up. I told you, yo.
Van Der Esch was the only one that played football.
He had a good game yesterday. I will say that.
When they counted, that's what you.
No, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think that game, out of all any positives that we can find, that might kept him on the team and get paid.
Jason, let me get to the offensive line. Let me get to the offensive line. I'm gonna say I agree with B the analyst when he was saying that, Connor Williams got to go. Like he a free agent, just let his ass go. I agree with him on that, but I don't agree with him when he said that the offensive line, they've been around since the Romo era and they all too old. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I feel as though you need more discipline on that offensive line. And I think it's just going to take this offseason to get it. But you got to get you a real center because losing Travis Frederick was crucial to that offensive line. It was
That's
crucial.
The word on our line is Biatis, however you say his name.
Yeah.
That it was very crucial to y'all. But
yes.
Antoine Smitty.
I think Tyron Smith.
I don't even want to say
Dennis too. Tyron Smith. I love him, but I think he's getting up there. He's starting to get injured more often.
He old shit.
But we do got Steele. We got a replacement for him though.
But they saying that Collins. This is what B the analyst is saying. If y'all ever get a chance to watch Off the Top Sports, B the analyst is saying he's saying that Collins is doing bad as a right tackle. He needs to be moved back to his natural position, which is right guard.
Oh, see, that's our best player, Zach Martin.
Yeah, but Zach Martin could actually play tackle.
He can.
He actually can play tackle.
I don't think Collins did a terrible job this year.
No, he didn't do a terrible job. He did have his share of holding penalties, but he didn't do a terrible job. I like Steele. I like Steele. See what the problem is, we don't have a place to put Steele when Collins and Smith are both healthy. When Collins got suspended for PEDs, if we didn't have Steele, we would have been in trouble. That's why when Collins
could have put Steele where Williams is at.
But what I'm saying is why when Collins came back, he didn't get the job. He got back in there because Tyron Smith got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's like I said. I just see even y'all know I love Dak. I just wish he wasn't a Cowboy. But I love Dak Prescott.
You can have his ass. I don't want his
ass. Even Dak Prescott.
Give us Devontae and Hurts. We'll make a trade.
That's what I said.
Even Dak Prescott looks stale out there. Only reason why I say no is because you already paid him. Y'all already gave him that crazy ass money. Nah, I'm cool.
Oh, you can put it all in the signing bonus. You know what I mean? You good.
He got $80 million of it the first year.
What? He then I got $100 million.
No, I think
He
when
got
it's 78.
75 million.
Yeah.
Now he got 100 million. 75
No,
million.
Listen, he $100 million man, but he reminded me of Jay Cutler right now. Pissing me off.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you went. Hell no, that's an insult.
No, he don't remind you no Jay
Tripping
Cutler.
on that
Come
one,
on, Sean.
That's
Sean,
You tripping
Sean
now.
just don't like him. That's all. Don't let him. All I'm gonna say is, Sean, don't let him win one more playoff game. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't let him win one more playoff game.
So he can be Tyler Romo?
No. He gonna take up to the NFC Championship game.
He ain't gonna do shit.
All right, so let me interject as far as the Cowboy Nation is concerned. I think that they hit the nail on the head in the beginning. It's the fandom, but I don't understand. Like all these fans, these groups are out of control. So what's the big deal? I mean, they root for their team. They was crying at the game. They did what fans are supposed to do. So I don't understand, all this nonsense what Stephen A. Smith does, and right. It's just over the top. Even Ron posting like he lost his mind. It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. It was. I'm talking. I waited all this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going now. You can talk after I talk. And the show's over. Well,
it might be from next week before.
Yeah, you damn right. It might be. It might be. This part, the guru might end the show. Well, damn it, I earned this right. So anyway, they skipped over my turn, so I'm going now. All right. So you wait, you pipe down Georgia. Wait till next year. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm a little bit, I don't even get caught up in all of that. To me, it's stupid, it's silly, all this, just nonsense going on. All fans are out of control. The reason why Cowboy fans seem crazy is because there's more of them. So you got more crazies, I mean, you got a lot of nations out there, and all the nations seem to be delirious. I told Sean last week that this was going to be a tough game, but he was running his mouth and he was out of control. And, it is what it is. But I don't take any glory in that. It happens. But I will say a few things. Number one, that Gregory play is getting kind of overlooked. He really hurt y'all in that play with that penalty where he basically tackled the offensive lineman. Oh, yeah. And then it gave him – you guys had to, then go to the fourth down again. And that hurt you because you would have way more time left to make to score and tie the game and possibly win the game. So nobody says anything about that. It's all about Dak Prescott. Obviously, we talked about Kellen, more and his play calling, which, he has to take a hit for that. McCarthy is such an easy target. Everybody, like even Skippy a minute ago, talk about, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, last time I checked, his ass only got one Super Bowl too. The same with McCarthy. So where does Aaron Rodgers hold all of his great Super Bowl championships? He better get one this year, goddammit. Okay? So, because if Tom Brady come and kick his ass again, well, he might as well just take the vaccine and die. Okay? As far as I'm concerned. Okay, that's what his ass should do. So,
hey yo.
But no, I'm serious because if you can't beat him now, as old as he is, without all these players,
we talk about the Cowboys, man. We ain't got that much time left.
Forget it. It's over. Okay, but the bottom line is, I do think that, you guys got to clean up some things. Yeah, you do. And McCarthy definitely got to be on point, and you definitely better know who you got to give the ball to in a last second play. You got to be more. You got to pay more attention to detail, okay? And then the Gallup guy getting hurt, that killed y'all also. So there's a lot of things that happen at the end of the season. What's his name? He broke Tony Romo's record for the most touchdowns, so he can't be that damn scrubby because y'all love Tony Romo, and so does Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones act like that's his damn son. Okay, so the bottom line is, okay, the Cowboys, they got to play better. I think that it takes time. Sometimes you got to lose painfully. Sometimes you got to lose painfully. So do I think they're done? No, I don't think they're done. Could it go one way or the other? Yes, we'll see. Time will tell. But the last thing I'll say is just all these people killing McCarthy like he's a bum. They didn't want to get rid of Joe Judge here in New York, and this man is 4-100 as far as his record is concerned. So y'all want to get rid of this guy? or you want to get rid of Flores, who had a winning record, or Cuddy, for the Texan. I mean, come on, man. If he don't get it done now, fine. But man, to act like he's a trash ass player, that's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Let's let Sharon go to end the show. Go ahead, Sharon.
Well, everybody pretty much gave the whole gamut of opinions, but I basically don't know what happened to them in this game. It just seemed like all of a sudden they just looked very undisciplined, and I don't understand where that came from. The narrative that the Cowboys are the most penalized team of the season. They may have racked up more penalties this season. I don't know. I don't usually pay attention to that stat, so I don't know if that's true or not.
The Raiders were 1, Dallas was 2.
Well, good. It doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is what your record is and how you win. Right. And if your record was like if you only lost 2 games all season and you were penalized that much, then who really cares how much you penalized? That's what my point is. They only look at that if you don't win. Then everybody wants to look at it. Nobody cares if you're winning, what the penalties are. So okay, so let me just say who looks suspect to me. I never believed in McCarthy anyway, to start with. I'm not going to say he's a bad coach. I don't know if he's bad or not because I don't really know who's running the show. That's concerning in and of itself because you've got the coordinators calling the plays and he's signing off on them, but how much is he really running the team? I don't know. So I'm not going to say he's a bad coach. Get rid of him. But it doesn't seem to me that the players really respond to him. And I can't even tell you what that really looks like, but it just doesn't seem like it to me. I don't know what's going on with Zeke. Is he injured or is he not? We talked about this before the show, me and Ron and Sean. I don't know if he's really injured and they're just not telling anybody or what, but he looks like a shell of himself. He really doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think Father Time, unfortunately, the running back lifespan is short. I think Father Time got him.
Yeah, well, the last couple of seasons, he's been injured every season too. And it's like, this dude should be the best thing in the game those last 2 seasons, and he wasn't. And this year was more of the same. Then you got a wide receiver. You got CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is good, and then he's not. Then you've got the other guy. I forgot his name. What's his name? Amari, who I like. But I don't know. It's something. It seems like they don't have the most confidence in him because he's not getting all the targets. You just don't want to call him the best on the team because if he was the best on the team, then why isn't he getting most of the targets all the time, consistently, every game? Why? If your run game is not doing well, you're supposed to try to pass, have a passing game. But then, I don't know. It just seems at times they didn't call for the run game when the defense is stopping their run. They didn't call for stopping their pass. So they seem to be unbalanced is what I'm saying. And I'm not trusting the offensive coordinator who's supposed to be, some little boy genius or something, but I didn't see him calling anything spectacular to win the game. All of that together, the problem with the Cowboys over at least the last 10 or 15 years has been Jerry Jones. He won't get out of his own way. And everybody's been saying that. He did step back some and let his son do most of the running of the team, but he still has too much going on, his hands in too much of the team. He needs to sit back and be the owner and let the experts run the team, run the organization the way they're supposed to. As far as the vision for the team, the players, all of that, he needs to take a further step back. That's how I see it.
Right. Yep.
Nobody asked about any other team but the Cowboys, I guess.
Exactly. You see, that's the point I was making, but it's all good. We take the spotlight anywhere we can.
Well, the thing is for me on that, Czar, is I expected them to win that game.
Shit, me too.
And I talked to you about this before. I like the 49ers and the Cowboys. They're my number 2 and 3 team. So whoever won, I didn't care. I was happy either way, whoever won. But I thought that the Cowboys were actually going to show up and be the better team, given what happened all season. Right. And so it kind of, the outcome was really puzzling to me. So.
Right. All right. Well, this has been the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Talk to you is Tuesday. Please make sure y'all check in with us each and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, this was a great show. I want to thank everybody for coming out. God bless. Good night.